Right, hello, and welcome to History Today. I'm going to travel back in time to the 15th to the 17th century. We're going back to about 1680, and I'm going to meet some criminals and some people trying to enforce the law in early modern England. So let's travel back in time right now. Oh, hello! Well, I'm back now in 17th century London, and I think I have a gang of thieves here. I'd like to find out what they're doing. So, in these busy new towns and cities, what advantages do you have?
Well, pickpocketing is much easier and is one of the easiest ways to steal valuable goods from many wealthy people, as the population growth means that people are more densely packed.
Oh, that's an interesting point. What about you? Anything to say?
Like, due to the bigger population, it is much easier and the hue and cry is less effective.
Well, that's a good point.
We normally target wealthy people.
Oh, I think I see a wealthy person coming now. I'm just going to wait over here and you show me what you do, you gang of thieves.
Hi Miss, how are you today? Hi, how are you?
Oh, sorry, I
doing?
couldn't see you.
Oh, sorry, you okay?
My watch. Hue and cry.
Oh, right, you've been robbed and you've raised the hue and cry. But I noticed that in these new busy towns and cities, the old forms of community justice are not so effective. What do you think?
No, I believe that there should be new law enforcement as the hue and cry no longer works because no one thinks it's effective and no one ever comes for it anymore.
Yeah, because at the moment, there's no paid police force, is there? We
No.
just have the night watch, the hue and cry, and a town constable. But perhaps we need a more effective police force. Well, I hope you get your watch back. Those terrible thieves are very bad.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm now here with two new forms of law enforcement in these new towns and cities. I have a night watchman and a town constable. Right, I've just witnessed a terrible crime. I was just wondering what your role is. Can you please tell me, night watchman?
My job is to patrol the towns and cities from 10 till dawn and ring a bell warning people to go into their homes or they may be seen as a possible criminal.
And you're the town constable?
Yeah, so my job is to arrest criminals and keep peace in pubs and inns.
Okay, and can you tell me a little about, are you paid in this role? Is this a paid job?
No, I'm just a volunteer who has to do their service.
So the night watchman is just a paid volunteer who does his service. And what about you, the town constable?
Yes, I am paid for my job.
Yeah, so the local parish or the community pay for the town constable. Do you find it easy policing these highly populated, busy streets with many rogues and vagabonds and many dens of criminals? Do you find it an easy job?
It's not that easy, no, because there's always something going on and you can't always be there at the right time.
Yeah. Lots of vagabonds have chosen to move from villages and it's very hard to keep with the high concentration of vagabonds nowadays.
And what do you think about vagabonds? What do you do to them?
Well, I'm actually allowed to whip vagabonds if they come into our villages.
Okay, so you can whip the rogues and vagabonds. Okay, well I'll let you get on. Let's see if you can find the criminals and see if we can get that watch back.
Thank you.
Right, I've managed to find a vagabond here. Can you just tell me a little bit, what is a vagabond?
Well, due to the rising population in London, I can't get a job, so I've had to go to the streets to start begging now for money.
So you're begging for money,
Yeah.
but you are fit to work, so...
Yeah, but I'm not able to get a job because of the high population, so I have to beg. That's the only way I can get money.
Okay, so people might call you a sturdy beggar. How are you treated, do you think?
Well, people obviously don't like me in their towns because I don't pay for everything, and the town constables do kick me out and I have to find a new town to seek refuge in.
Yeah, and I've heard there's some really harsh harsh punishments coming out. You could be whipped through the streets, You could be branded, and then there's even the threat of execution if you're caught again. Yeah, that's quite worrying. Well, I hope we don't... Oh, is that the town constable over there?
Alright, you're coming with me, vagabond.
No, no.
Okay, well, at the time there were also professional thief takers who could be paid by wealthy people to catch criminals, and this is really because the old systems of justice were not really working very effectively. I have here a thief taker. Can you tell me a little bit about your job?
So I'm paid to catch criminals and turn them in because the Nightwatchmen aren't as efficient as me.
Okay, I think I had somebody who was robbed earlier. Do you want to come and talk to the thief taker, see if you can tell him about what happened to you?
So I was walking down the street earlier today, and my pocket watch had gone missing after I'd run into a group of thieves. Do you think you can find them for me, please?
Yes.
Here's your money. There were 3 of them. One was in a brown coat and a black hat. One had a dirty green-looking coat with a green hat, and one had a blue rag on their head.
Okay, that's fine. I can get them.
Okay, so professional thief taker, you're going to go and try and solve that crime. Okay, good luck with that one.
That's them over there.
I know.
No.
Stop thief. Good. I'll give you the watch. Thief, no. I have successfully stopped the criminals and I'm able to give back the owner's watch.
Thank you. Here's your money.
Thank you.
Now, sometimes one thing we can notice about the thief takers was this system was sometimes open to corruption because thief takers could actually be criminals themselves. There's the very famous incident of Jonathan Swift, who actually turned in other gangs. Thank you very much. I think we've seen how the growth of new towns and cities led to new types of crime and new ways of dealing with it. We've noticed that the old forms of community justice, like the hue and cry, were no longer effective in these bigger towns because not everybody knew each other. We have the Nightwatchman, who was in a voluntary position. Now, everybody had to do this. They were normally people of good standing in the community. But of course, the problem with this is they're not professional lawmen. The town constables were paid by local merchants and the local community. But again, they didn't really have the powers necessary. And this is what led to some wealthy individuals turning to thief takers to try and solve their crimes. Perhaps in the next historical period, we'll see the development of a proper police force. Who knows? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.